everybody, and welcome to CMJ Live. How you guys doing? Now, listen, it's a Thursday. I don't know. It's November, but I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I see no snow. I don't know if you guys were wondering what's going on, and they talk about global warming, and whoever says that global warming is not real, tell them to go outside, look outside in the street, because there is no snow. This is November. Usually, it's up to my knees. I'm shoveling, but like I said, right now, not complaining, all right? Because it makes sure all my guests can come into the studio, and it makes sure that I can see my man. Thanks for coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to a great friend, great person, Cavell Johnson. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Make some noise for him. How you doing, my friend?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
All right, listen.
Blessed to be here. Blessed to be here.
All right, let's just get into let's get into it because I'm gonna give him some backstory.
Okay.
All right. So let's to get to know you better. Funny enough, we met about 4 years now.
That's about right.
Yeah, about 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were part of the Brampton A's basketball when it was here in Brampton, and you guys had a camp. All right, a free camp for the kids, trying to do some marketing, get it out there, let the parents know that, it's a proper league. You guys are real players coming in. And then, so I brought my kids.
Was this the one at Cassie Campbell?
Yes. Yeah. So I brought my kids, and you guys had your indoor thing. I brought my son and my daughter, and then that was it. My daughter fell in love with you.
Been rocking since then.
Yeah, you've been rocking since then for 4 years. And it's been a pleasure. And then you've been dunking on people, shooting threes. You had a great run. So let's go back, though.
Okay.
Where were you originally born?
I was born in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Okay.
It's about 15, 20 minutes from D.C., Washington, D.C. Grew up in Virginia.
Okay.
Southern Virginia. A little bit of time in Richmond, Virginia. And then the bulk of my adolescence in Cambridge, Virginia.
Okay.
Very, very rural town.
Yeah.
Grew up working with cows, horses, hay, tobacco, all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm a country boy.
Country boy. So then where did the basketball come in then?
My dad played basketball. He played in college at a small, I think it was a Division II college in Virginia called Averett.
Okay.
And he was very passionate about basketball his whole life. When I was maybe a week old, he put a little small rubber basketball in my crib with me.
Okay.
So it was destiny.
Yeah.
And but that wasn't my first love as a sport. My first love was soccer.
Oh, so you're a soccer player.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a keeper and defensive specialist probably from age 6 to about 15.
Okay.
And then I had to make a decision what I was going to do for ball.
I'm thinking to myself, people can't see you because you're sitting down, but you might have shot up at a certain time, and everybody's like looking at you on the field, going, "Okay."
Well, that was pretty much my whole life. I was always a head taller than everybody.
Yeah.
From like age 7.
Okay.
I was a lot taller, but then when I was like grade 7, I had a big growth spurt, and I was like 6'3", 6'4".
Hold on, 6'3", 6'4". What grade?
Grade 7.
Hold on. Grade 7.
I was like 6'3".
You're at 6'3" at grade 7.
Yeah.
You're not even in high school yet.
Right. I dunked for the first time in grade 6.
Oh my goodness, grade 6, my man's dunking.
Yeah.
All right, so at grade 6, what was I? I was trying to do a proper layup. You know what I mean? I was trying to do a proper grade 6. So coach mad love for you then, right?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't the toughest guy though.
Okay.
I was a little soft at first.
Yeah.
And then my dad toughened me up though.
Okay.
And then my middle school coach, he toughened me up as well because he was a country boy too. Him and my dad grew up together, they toughened me up.
Yeah. So what position did they put you in?
I was the center.
You were just center right off the bat. You're tall. You're going center.
Yeah. So I played that.
Yeah.
Up until grade 11, and
Okay.
then I moved and played a little bit more on the perimeter and small forward and power forward.
Okay, so where did this basketball take you? So from high school, did you go to a different college, university? Were you drafted? Did you get a scholarship? How did that work out?
Okay, so when I was 16, I made a difficult decision to move about 4 hours away from home.
Okay.
And I went to a private school. Kind of like a prep school, put myself in a better position to get an opportunity to get a scholarship for university.
Okay.
That was Notre Dame Academy in Northern Virginia. Then I got recruited by quite a few universities.
Yeah.
That was a very hectic time of my life.
Right. Don't move from there. Don't move from there, because I want people to understand. Like, we have a lot of young talents out there. People are coming after them at a young age. It's different now than it is then.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, to me, it's 10 times worse now.
Yeah. You got some
people
hungry people with hands.
People want to make that money. They want to put their
Exactly.
hands in it. How does the recruiting go? Is it really like when we watch, like Blue Chips in those movies, how the recruiters come to your house, they call your parents, they tell you we want him to come to our school, and this is all why?
Absolutely. And I only had maybe 2 or 3 high major universities recruiting me at that time. A lot of the other high majors that were interested wanted me to reclassify a year, so do an extra year for development.
Okay.
And so the mid-major schools, so you got high majors, which are the Dukes and the Memphis and Kentucky's, those schools. And then you have mid-majors, which used to be like a VCU, like when they were coming up and really getting on the scene for knocking off big teams. And then you have low mid-majors, which are schools that nobody really hears of. They get into the NCAA tournament as 16 seeds because they won their conference.
Right.
So I had more mid-majors recruiting me, some high mid-majors recruiting me.
Those are the
Cinderella stories,
Cinderella teams that come in and they make it. Like, where do they come from? And then then they all do a backstory on them because they don't know where they came from.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So those are the schools that I had interested in me, and I still had that kind of experience from being recruited.
Okay.
Coaches were in my parents' living room, sitting down with us, giving us the whole spiel, pamphlets about the school and everything.
Because they want to get a top player to move them up.
Exactly.
Into the ranks so they can get the TV money, they can get all this other money. Okay.
Exactly. And it was an amazing experience, but it was hectic. And just to make the decision to leave home to go to the school that would give me that opportunity I went back and forth for about a month and a half. Each day I woke up like, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I don't know. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Do what you feel like is going to be the best opportunity for you and move forward with it. Okay. And I woke up that day and I said, I'm going to go.
So where did you end up going?
I started at James Madison University in Virginia.
Okay.
My visit there was amazing. The people that I met, the teammates, the coaching staff, everybody that I met was amazing. I just fell in love with the campus. I had a really good feel for how I grew up. It was in a rural area, but it was close enough to DC to get close to other family that I had there and everything. So it was just a good fit, and I liked it.
Now, and when they say scholarship, what kind of, is it a full, like, when they say,
full
scholarship. Give you a full scholarship, so that means your tuition is paid for?
I paid $0 for college.
Oh, my goodness. Everything's just, okay. I got to get my son to Georgia.
Well, they got academic schools, academic scholarships as well.
Yeah, I know, because it's different. You got to make sure you do both, just in case. If one falls off, you got the other one to cover you just in case, right?
And I was definitely pushed from an academic standpoint by my parents.
Yeah.
There was no sports if I didn't take care of academics
right, because
first.
you never know.
Exactly.
You see athletes out there, prime athletes, and all it takes is one turf toe, one something, and it's done, right?
Yep.
So they give you full scholarship. You don't have to pay for anything. Books are covered.
Yep.
Tuition is covered.
Yeah.
And then you're on campus.
Yeah, working my tail off.
Working your tail off. All right.
It's a job. You work for that free tuition.
Okay.
It's not free.
So when they say here's a free scholarship,
you pay for it.
You pay for it.
I pay for it.
Yeah. Practice at 6 o'clock in the morning. You gotta get there. Make sure you're there. The games. The
ready to go at 6. Not get here at 6. You ready to go at 6.
Gotcha. Now, did they see? The thing is, you always see like the scandals and this and that. Do they really try to say, "Oh, we got this for you. Don't worry about your schoolwork. We got this. We got that." Is there things like that really happening, or is it always just blown up in the media?
It exists.
Yeah,
it exists. But I don't think that it exists as much anymore today. But I've also been removed from that. That. So I can't speak totally knowledgeably about that topic.
Yeah.
But I know that it did exist.
But the thing about it is because they're slapping them on the hands more than they used to.
Right.
And it doesn't make sense anymore to take that chance because
Exactly.
you're gonna go through all the problems later. But it is tempting. Some of these ball players are coming from broken down homes or some real dangerous locations,
and that's their light. That's their avenue out.
That's to get out.
Exactly.
To get out. So you're doing what you got to do. You're into college, university. When we get back, I wanted to talk about that first game.
In college?
In the college.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
'cause it's different. When I'm watching, you're in the States. When I'm watching basketball here, we get 200, 300, and 5. In the States, it's what?
Well, it depends on where you are.
Yeah.
It depends. My school, our gym, our convocation center held 17,000 max.
Okay, that's it right there.
No. Sorry. 7,000 max.
7,000
max. But we played against high major schools where you're playing in front of 30,000 people.
Nah. All right. We're going to talk about that when we come back. You're watching the CMJ Live. We'll be right back.
When you know your purpose, you know your function, because the function dictates the purpose. It's not talking about what color this thing is. Life is about a function. And only when you function do you see purpose. This is where we live, just here. What we think. We miss the human when we just focus on the black of the hand or the white of the palm. But my goal in life is to get people to understand your function. Let them feel their love. Let them know you. Let them know your struggle. So when we talk about community, it's talking about coming together, unity.
All right, welcome back to CMJ Live. I have the man here himself, the ultimate ball player. And the reason I wanted him to come here is because we got a lot of youngsters, great athletes coming out of Toronto, but I want them to make sure they understand the lifestyle and what to expect. All right? So before we went to break, we talked about, the crowd, the amount of people on there. I want to touch on this real quick so people understand. Like you say, when you get that scholarship, it's not like, oh, I'm on a free thing. You're going into work.
Absolutely.
You're going into work. They're paying you to make sure that this is the ultimate game. This is what we're here. This is why we recruited you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So real quick, talk about that very first game as a recruited player.
Yeah, it was an exhibition game.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like a league or conference game.
Yeah.
We were playing, I believe it was Furman University.
Okay.
And we probably had over half of our convocation center filled. And the student sections are always the best part of any arena that you go to.
They're always bouncing and jumping.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Our student section was jumping. It was live, and I felt that. I felt those butterflies. I felt my palms sweaty.
Yeah.
And it was just, but I wasn't like bad nervous. I was just excited for this next new chapter
in your life.
And yeah. And it was, and I just soaked it all in.
Yeah.
Soaked it all in and just went out, and I didn't start that game or anything.
Yeah.
But even coming off the bench, I was excited. My friends that had classes with, or other athletes that were in the student section,
they're all
they
watching,
started cheering for me really loud and stuff. And it kind of reminded me of the high school that I graduated from, because we had that same kind of culture within our student athletes.
But then that first shot.
I mean, you do it so many times.
Yeah, in practice.
Yeah.
But now you got 7,000, 17,000, 30,000 people watching you shoot this ball.
Still the same shot.
Still the same.
Still the same shot. They can't shoot it for me.
Yeah.
They can't make it or miss it for me. So you just rely on the repetition of the work that you have put in already.
And then that's the thing is it's hard work. You been putting in the work.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty. Why we said we wanted you on here. Let's talk to the athletes coming up. Mm-hmm. While you're in college, it's not all hunky dory.
No.
Okay.
No.
There's pressures. There's temptations. There's people coming after you. Talk to our viewers about that.
I think one of the biggest or most prevalent things that I encountered and endured in university was a balance of social life.
Okay.
And that entails everything that, like you were saying, the temptations.
Okay.
And the challenges and everything. It's hard to say, all right, I have a full-time job by being a student athlete, because when I'm not practicing and training, I need to be studying and preparing for my classes, because if my classes drop, I'm ineligible to play. I can't play. I'm suspended, or I'm on probation or something like that. So, but you want to enjoy your time. You want to enjoy the new people that you meet, your friends and everything, and hanging out with your teammates and everything. So there's the party scene, the party life, especially in U.S. universities. I don't know. I've heard more like about Canada colleges that they're not like the same as far as that party feel.
No, yeah.
And that was a struggle to learn how to balance that social life and say, all right, you have to prioritize. And that's what you have to learn how to do anyway when you go to college and university, is to prioritize your time and figure out how to get the most productivity out of everything that you go into.
Right, because here's the thing though. We all we see it and we're like, oh, we wish it would be the superstars. You're getting paid. You're getting the cars. And then the thing is, as fellows, we see he must be getting all the girls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see like girls coming after you because they think you're the next top athlete, or they see like agents coming after you because they think you're the money maker. How do you see the real person? How do you see a girl that comes and says to you and sits down with you and says, oh, let's study together? Is she really wanting to study with you? Or is she thinking, let me hook onto this guy now?
And honestly, you never really know. You never really know, because people do a really good job at putting up those facades, man, and hiding those ulterior motives. And it's hard to tell. Yeah. And sometimes, and I'm the type of person that I grew up like trusting the goodness of people.
Okay.
But you see in life, that trusting the goodness of people is not always going to be the best thing or in your best interest.
All right, so come on, tell me one story of an potential agent that tried to say, "Oh, I could make you the next Jordan. I could do this. I can do that." Tell us a story about that.
Oh man, this is more recently.
Oh, okay.
Since I've been up here, in the Toronto area, I was working with an agent who was telling me all these things. I'll get you in this place, this country. Yeah. Get you all this money, this amount of money, this and that, and he just talked a lot. And when people talk a lot and answer questions that I'm not even asking, stuff like that, I get a little cautious.
Okay.
And so he's telling me all of these things, and I'm the type of person, I like to have my hands involved in my doings and what's going on with me. It's going to be
your life moving forward.
I want to be knowledgeable. I want to have input.
Yeah.
And sometimes my input is going to be different than what you suggest. And I'm okay with that, and you have to be okay with that as my representative.
Right.
I don't want anybody to try to like push me to do things that I'm not cool with.
If you're not that, that's not you. Yeah.
So we meet up, we hang out, we go out and have dinner and drinks and everything, and we're chilling and everything, and he foots the bill for that, which is not expected, but accepted.
It's a business thing.
So we have a falling out because he overstepped my boundaries. Like I said, I want to have my say, and when I say something,
right. So in gist of it, like long story short, it's like, how do you find the right one then? Because like there's always gonna be difference. Like even when I go into business, the business partner will never work out, right?
Right.
But then, is there a way to find one? Like, is there a way that you've noticed now that you can call other players or other teammates or other coaches?
Yeah, definitely.
And say, I need a good agent. Can you find me one? Because there's always gonna be guys after you.
Right. I would definitely vet people. Definitely do your background research and check with other athletes that you know or even don't know. Because with the social media that we have today, I've had plenty of people reach out to me about a club or an agent or anything in between.
Right.
Trying to figure out information about it, and that's the most powerful tool that we can use, the internet or the people that we know.
Right.
But then at the end of the day, you have to go with what feels good to you.
And just make that decision.
Yeah, and just know that there's going to be things that could have gone better from a different decision, and things that could have gone worse, and things that are going to be great with this decision, and things that aren't going to be great, things that are going to be challenges.
Because that's probably one story out of many that 9 different agents coming at you.
Exactly.
Right? But then at the end of the day, is your agent your lawyer or is your lawyer your agent? Like when you get an agent, and I don't know these things, so hopefully later in the future I could say, yeah, my son, my daughter, or whatever. But is your agent also a lawyer for you, or do you have to get a lawyer with an agent?
Well, when it comes to like different contractual discrepancies, if it goes like into a court situation, there's lawyers and arbitrators.
Yep. Okay.
That step in.
Right.
So in that sense, the agent is not your lawyer. They're a representative for you.
Oh, okay. So the agent goes out and tries to get the shoe deal.
Right. Get the shoe deal. Get the team contract.
Team contract.
Yeah.
But then you pass it over to the lawyer to make sure everything's all the P's and Q's and signed off and everything like that. So then there's always, as an athlete, there's always people around you. There's always people saying, here, let me do this for you. I can do this for you. I can help you out with this. I can help you out with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a constant, like you said, day struggle. I got to look after my social. I got to look after my education. And then I got to look after who's really looking after me and who's really just getting my money.
Right. Well, in the university settings, you don't deal with the agent stuff as much until like towards the end of your season or the end of your college university career. You deal with your coaches, and that's who guides you at that time. Now it's a little bit more different. It's a little different in today's time now because you have kids with handlers and people who are guardians who are guiding them to certain universities or guiding them to certain decisions to make. So those are like the more high profile players. So they do have to deal with that stuff on a daily basis, even at the university, at the age of university, because those high profile players are thinking, all right, I'm gonna go to college, do 1 year, and I'm gone.
And then you're gone.
Yeah, so they do that. So it's a lot more strenuous for those. I wasn't a high profile player. I had a huge upside. I was athletic, and I had the body of a pro, and that's what a lot of coaches and scouts would tell me. So it was that made me more attractive and marketable.
Okay, listen, we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back though, I want to talk straight. What would you tell the young athletes now, right? What would you tell them, even if you can go back and tell a younger Cavell and say, listen, this is what I learned. Okay, this is what I do this, and do that. And then we're going to get into, right after that, your life. I want them to know, was it all fun for you? Was everything ups and downs, or was it anything rocky?
Oh, everybody's life has ups and downs and rocky. It's about how you ride those waves, man.
All right,
and I ride them.
We're going to ride some waves when we get back. You're watching CMJ Live. We'll be right back.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
When you know your purpose, you know your function, because the function dictates the purpose. It's not talking about what color this thing is. Life is about a function. And only when you function do you see purpose. This is where we live, just here. What we think. We miss the human when we just focus on the black of the hand or the white of the palm. But my goal in life is to get people to understand your function. Let them feel their love. Let them know you. Let them know your struggle. So when we talk about community, it's talking about coming together, unity.
Hey, and welcome back. Please introduce yourself to the public.
My name is Cavell Johnson.
All right. Now, Cavell Johnson, when did you retire?
I just retired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
I just retired. Officially just retired. Maybe a month and a half ago.
All right, but you still got legs, man. You can still do it. What?
Oh yeah. I can still hoop. If I got back into pro training mode,
yeah,
I could play another 5-6 years.
So what's it now? Because I want everybody to know, like, with my show, I like to do the teaching. I like them to see them. Like right now, a lot of people are Googling you. You know, they're watching your YouTube videos. You know what I mean? There's a slam dunk competition that you did. You guys need to find that one. Go on YouTube and you know, Google his name and look at the slam dunk competition. But I want to talk the real talk. All right? Because at 1 minute we had the Brampton A's basketball here in Brampton. Next minute, it's not here, and you guys are uprooted to somewhere else.
Right.
But then next minute, you know, we kept in touch for a while. But next minute, I'm looking at Facebook, and you ain't here.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell everybody, where did you go play?
I went overseas.
Yeah.
Which was my goal. It was my goal even coming into the National Basketball League of Canada.
Yeah.
I wanted to use it as a platform and a stepping stone to get myself into Europe.
Okay.
And play in Europe. My goal was never to necessarily play in the NBA. I wanted to use basketball as a way to travel and see the world and impact the lives of youth. That's what I wanted to do with basketball and with my life concerning basketball. And I was able to do that. So yeah, the team moved down up to Orangeville.
Right.
I played with them there, and teams move in another direction. So you have to keep your mind and your body ready for any change that's going to come.
Okay.
Injuries happen. You have to keep your mind and body ready to fight that type of stuff off. And learning new cultures, learning new surroundings. I played in the course of a year and a half, maybe 2 years at the most. I played in 4 different countries. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like 1 minute you're here, next minute you're at another country, next minute you're in another country. How is that to be just keep moving your life from playing? Because at one point, the first time I saw you, you're on a team all black. It was like a sports team, like a street ball team.
Oh yeah. I was touring with Court Kings.
There you go.
Court Kings in China.
You're in China.
Yeah.
But then you got a small dude that could rock the ball.
Yeah, Manny Love.
Yeah, like I'm
like, guy.
But then you got like the whole team. So it was like a tour. You just going from place to place to place.
Yeah. So it was like a spinoff of the N1 type thing.
Okay.
And it was a Christian-based, Christian-run organization, and just bringing street ball and trying to just connect good people.
Okay.
Hot Sauce was involved. Hot Sauce from N1. He was involved as well, and it was a great opportunity to get out and see the world and again impact the lives of youth.
Right.
It was amazing.
So 1 minute you're in China, right?
Next minute I'm in Finland.
Saw that you're in Finland, but hold on. You speak Chinese?
No, I can say a couple of things. Shit. That's thank you.
Okay.
And it'll take me a while to get back into the mindset.
My thing is, moving from like Canada to the States to England, you know, England to Jamaica, English is there, everything is there. You're moving to countries that are way different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the language is completely different. The food is completely different. So when you moved to Finland, was it a tour or now you're playing basketball?
Yeah, on a contract playing.
Now you're playing on a contract again.
Yeah.
So how was that?
It was great. It's an adjustment. It was definitely an adjustment, especially with the weather. About 2 months in, it started getting dark at 3 or 4 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon, and it was cold. It was a different kind of cold than even here. Different kind of cold, man. I walk outside just to go get in the car, and my nostril hairs would freeze. Like, it was that cold, man. It was that cold. It was rough. It was tough, and the food was a little bit to get adjusted to. But I like to keep my mind open.
Okay.
And the more you keep your mind open in these kind of situations, and this is in life in general, keeping an open mind and not staying like so shut off to opportunities and to possibilities, it helps you transition.
So I guess that's like in anything, like in business. If you don't open up to do different opportunities, you're never
you're
gonna
gonna
grow.
fall behind. Yeah, exactly. And
So
and the times will leave you.
Yeah. So how many fans were there? Like some clubs, I'm saying those fans are different.
Oh man, it's amazing. Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing, man. In Finland, we get about 3,000.
Yeah.
And in Greece, when we played the top team in Greece.
Yeah.
It was probably 10,000 plus.
Wow.
And they're loud,
Yeah.
jumping, screaming the entire game.
Right.
Timeout, halftime. You can hear them from the locker room. It's absolutely amazing.
Nonstop. So then, now you're in Finland. Now you're playing in Greece. All right. The rules are different. Is it European style ball?
Yeah. The biggest thing that we struggled with as import players was the traveling, getting that ball down before you lift your second foot or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just continued to happen. And I think they're changing the rule so that it's easier to adjust now.
Yeah,
So,
my son plays league, and they're saying, the first step is the gather.
Yeah, the zero step.
The zero, yeah.
I just heard about this the other day.
And now you can do 1, 2, and I'm like, I gotta teach my
That's
son.
traveling.
I gotta teach my son all over again. I'm like,
right.
growing up, it's 1, 2, lift up, lay up.
Yeah.
Now it's 1. That's the first gather. I'm like, the league is always changing.
But and the game changes
fast,
constantly.
Right.
Like over time, it just has to change and adapt to the athletes that come, the culture of the game. As that changes, the rules change, and you've seen that across all professional sports,
right?
Especially from a protecting the players' standpoint.
So then, let's go into now. You moved away. You got no family. All your friends and family are over here. How do you adjust to that life? You're doing something you love, but
it's lonely, man.
You got nobody around you.
It's lonely. you get close to the other imports. And I was fortunate. Every place that I've been, I've had at least one other import.
Okay.
And you hang out with them. And now with technology, you have FaceTime.
Yes.
You have all these video chats that you can do.
Yeah.
And I was also fortunate enough. My fiance, she came out everywhere that I've played. She came out and spent time with me there.
Okay.
And that definitely helps when you have your partner riding with you and out there to support you. It really, really helps.
Because then the culture shock is there. You can get stories coming in and all that stuff.
Exactly.
So then let's talk about the injuries, the lifestyle. You know what I mean? Was there ever a time that you got injured or you just said, I'm done?
Never said I'm done.
No.
I've been injured many times and played through it. My first full year playing professional, and I was in New Brunswick.
Okay.
I rolled my ankle really bad during training camp, at like the end of training camp. My physio told me 4 to 6 weeks at least you need to sit out. I sat out 1 day of practice. Next day, I said, I'm not sitting out. I want to play professional ball.
Right.
Take my ankle. I'll put an ankle brace over top of it. I'm playing, and there was no way I was gonna not play.
Because this is your opportunity.
This is all I got. If the only way I'm gonna not play is if I can't walk. If I can walk, I'm playing.
Okay.
This thing has to be hanging off, and I need to get surgery, put it in a cast or something. That's the only way I'm not gonna play. And I kind of played like that throughout my career. Injuries didn't faze me. I just figured out a way to tough it out.
Okay.
that's not always the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Candace, my fiance, would get on me a lot about that stuff. She's like, "Are you dumb? Are you dumb?" She would get on me a lot about that stuff and tell, "Look, you need to rest. You need to do the proper treatments and this and that." I'm like, but it's a cruel world. If they see a weakness, you're going to be on the next thing smoking sometimes. And it's hard to say, they say, "Oh, we like you. You're a good guy. We want you here." This and that. Yeah, you can fall for that and be like, "All right, I need to take my time and my knees."
But meanwhile,
and as soon as they're looking for somebody else
looking
right
at
now.
recruiting
And as
somebody
soon as
else.
they find somebody, believe me, they're going to sit down with you. It's been amazing. It's been great. But we're going in a different direction. And they say you haven't been a professional player until you have that talk.
Okay.
And I used to think about it. I'm like, nah, I'm playing pro. And then when I had that talk, it hurt. It hurt bad. But I've always seen the uglier side of the business.
Right.
But you just, like I said, you have to have that open mind
and
know that.
But this is what people need to understand, and the young youth need to understand. It is a business.
Business, absolutely.
It ain't no family and friends. It doesn't make a difference what it is. If they can get somebody better for you or better trade, or they can save some money here to get somebody better.
Absolutely.
Even though you think you're doing a great job and the coaches love you and everybody loves you, at the end of the day,
it's a business.
It's a business.
It's a business, and business can get ugly.
Right.
Business can get ugly.
So, like, they just uproot you. Like, here's the thing. Have you ever been playing for one team one time, and then the very next day they say, "Oh, you got to get on a plane and go somewhere else"?
Not the very next day. No.
Okay.
When I got released in Finland, they told me I can stay. They put me up in a place you can stay, figure things out.
Yeah.
Because when you're in Europe,
the
worst thing to do is to go back home.
Okay.
Try to go if you get released from a team, you want to go to another team while you're out there, because that cuts down on costs. Teams aren't having to pay as much to bring you out there. So I stayed for about a week.
And you're calling teams, finding out if
my agent is doing that.
Okay.
Calling teams, figuring out where to place me next. So they put me up, let me stay. I wasn't practicing with them or anything, just on my own at that point.
Right.
And then go to the next place.
But then let's talk the talk. You sweating buckets? You worried as hell, like you never might play like on another team. You're calling your agent every day saying, "Did you find me a team?" What do they say?
I'm not the worrying type.
No.
Some people would be in that position and be
well, I'm thinking
it.
I just got cut. I'm in Europe. I don't even know what team I'm on. I don't even know if I'm having a team. I don't know if I got to fly back to Toronto.
Ride this wave. Ride this wave. I can't do nothing about it. I can't do anything about it, man. I just got to get myself mentally ready for when I get off the plane in the next country.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go and do whatever they ask for me.
All right. Listen, we'll be right back. You're watching CMJ Live. I got my man Cavell here, and we're just talking about the real talk about pro basketball, the ins, the outs, the goods, the bads. We'll be right back.
Discover the incredible India.
Hey guys, and we're back, and we're just having like a nice, simple talk with Cavell about the basketball life, because they're getting so many people getting recruited from Toronto like crazy now. Toronto's basketball,
it's a hotbed up here, man.
Toronto's basketball is just exploding, and I love it because I get upset. I'll be honest with you, when I'm watching the NBA, and then the person says, "Oh yeah, that guy's from Toronto." No, say he's from Brampton. Okay,
Right.
World champion, Cavaliers. They say, "Oh, Toronto." No. Say it like it is. Bramptonian, okay? So, we got a lot of people playing ball, crazy ball, a lot of tournaments out there doing what they got to do. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we were talking about you got to be ready. Mm-hmm. So tell everybody what you've learned. One thing first, that young Cavell in university that has all the girls chasing after him, all the talent chasing after him, what have you learned now that if you can go back in time, you would say to Cavell, hey, this will help you get better, or this will help you get to the next level, or what?
Don't cheat the process.
Don't cheat the process.
Don't cheat the process. It's work. It's a lot of work and grind. Mm-hmm. And the way my career went and where my career stopped, or where the peak that it got, mm-hmm. is work ethic.
Okay.
I thought I was working hard.
Mm-hmm.
I was giving it my all. But there's even another level of insanity that you can add to your work ethic.
Okay.
That takes your game to a higher level, an even higher level.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be obsessed with success, obsessed with the process of success.
Okay.
And that's one thing that I would definitely tell my younger self,
mm-hmm.
and the youth out here in the area now.
Well,
you have to be obsessed with it.
Talk to them, because I think at the end of the day, they think, I could shoot, I could dribble. So it's
not enough.
It's not enough.
No, nothing is enough.
Okay.
And if you ever think that where you are
mm-hmm.
is good enough, you're way further behind than you really need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You should always be thinking, I can do more, I can do better. And that's something that I wish I listened to my dad tell me
mm-hmm.
at an earlier age. I would do it when he made me do it.
Yeah.
Listen, somebody's sitting on their behind because they think it's all good.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to be working to take their spot, to knock them off when you go to that Christmas tournament while they sitting on their behinds.
Okay.
And I did it because he told me to do it then.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, here and there, but I didn't consistently do work when nobody else is working. And that's what you have to do. If you think you're good because you got a jump shot, or you're good because you can handle the ball,
mm-hmm.
work on that more, and then also work on something else that you aren't good at.
Okay.
You can never be just good at one or two things.
So when they say, be first in the gym and be last in the gym, that's not a saying. That's a real.
No, that's real life.
That's real life.
That's real life. And I've been that guy,
mm-hmm.
and I saw my game on a whole nother level when I was that guy.
Okay.
Completely different level. And I've watched guys with that commitment.
Right.
My freshman year in university, teammate Daniel Freeman
mm-hmm.
and a teammate David Cooper. They were those guys, and I hung out with those guys.
Okay.
And another teammate, Dwayne Broyles. Those older guys than me,
mm-hmm.
they were those guys, first in the gym, last ones to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the commitment that it takes.
So then talk about real quick having faith in this, because at the end of the day, people don't know that there's some times and struggles that you got to have faith in yourself and faith in others and faith just period to keep you going.
Definitely. First and foremost, faith in God. I keep God at the center of everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I do, I have to have a conversation with God about it and ask him to keep his hands on it and guide me through it. That's where the faith in everything else comes in.
Okay.
When I have my faith in God first, everything else is going to work out, and I know it's going to work out.
Is that why when I ask you these questions about, you don't have a team, aren't you worried and all this stuff? Is it because your faith, you believe that there's a direction for you, there's a reason why these things are happening?
Absolutely.
So that's why you're not worried?
Never worried. God has always, anything that I've ever gone through or been in the midst of,
mm-hmm.
I've always, look, I'm right here today.
Yeah.
I've always come on the other side of it. And I know he will always bring me out on the other side of any storm that I go through.
So then what about those people that are not really religious or have faith? Can they still have a faith in themselves?
Then yes, you must absolutely believe in yourself. You can't achieve anything in life if you don't believe that you can achieve it.
Right.
And no matter how hard it gets, everything that's worth getting to
mm-hmm.
is going to be a challenge. It's not going to be easy.
No.
Nothing comes without work. And you just have to keep telling yourself, feeding yourself positivity. If you're not the most religious or spiritual person,
mm-hmm.
feed yourself positivity. the universe, those looking at the universe in that way, that's no joke either.
Okay.
You feed yourself positivity, you think positive thoughts, positive things come out.
So talk about your camp real quick.
Right now I'm coaching GTA prep girls team, girls program. It's the first year, and I'm also doing personal training as well. I do personal training on Saturdays, and soon we'll be doing them on Wednesdays as well. My contact information will be available, and anybody in the area who's looking for training from a professional and someone who cares about the youth. That's my passion. Outside of basketball, my passion has always been development of youth from an athletic and a mental standpoint.
Right, because at the end of the day, I see a lot of people just throwing their athletes in, but they're not bringing their child in as a proper athlete. Because we were joking around. I want you to tell the story real quick. It's okay to get crossed over. It's okay to get dunked on. You see these youth getting upset, and this, it's part of life.
It's part of it, man.
All right?
One of the worst times I got dunked on, I was in university, and
that's a great picture, Jordan.
I was in university, and it was an out of bounds play, and the guy just went up chest to chest, dunked on me, and I fell on the floor, fell into the baseboard of the basket, and I just jumped up, kept going. And my dad always taught me to keep a level head, keep it. Don't get too excited or ride the highs too high or the lows too low. And you just got to keep going. You can't lay on the floor, and that's life. You can't lay on the floor and think about how life dunked on you.
Yeah,
you can't. You got to get up and go dunk on life.
Because as we see, there's opportunities for you to go dunk on somebody else. Well, listen. We've been talking, Candy. I'd love to have you back on. We can teach the kids some more. But at the end of the day, there's a couple of things that I'm hearing from you, and I want to make sure I get this out real quick. One, got to have the faith.
Absolutely.
Okay. Two, got to have the hard work. Get the hard work in.
Yes.
Right? And then three, one thing I love to think is you keep saying about, temptations will come at you.
Yes.
But you got to sit there and think about them first. Don't just jump on them, because listen, it's sweet. We see it all the time. We see the music videos. We see everything. A guy rolls up and he's got the hottest of the hotties all over him. He's got, his agent and his crew behind him. But at the end of the day, is that your circle you want?
Exactly. You stay true to your process. Stay true to your lane, your line, and what you want to achieve. Like I was told from a young age, the girls are always going to be there.
Right.
The temptation is always going to, whatever it is, it's always going to be there.
Right.
And if it's whatever is meant for you,
it's going
to come. So you don't have to deflect it and stay focused.
If you want to have that goal, you got to make sure you're in your bubble first.
Exactly.
Whoever is really with you will ride that bubble with you to the very end.
Exactly.
And then you guys can talk about getting serious or getting your agent or getting all that stuff.
Yes, which leads me to another mindset that I've developed for a business that I'm starting, or a venture that I'm starting. It's called Brand, BR4ND, and it stands for Building Reputations for Nurturing Development. And you keep like-minded people around you, and you feed that. You feed that energy into like-minded people, and you feed it into people who may be a little bit lost. And we help each other grow and develop.
Gotcha.
It's not just me. It's a we thing.
It's a we thing.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we're almost out of time. You're on CMJ Live. Before we let you go, we got something called the shout out. So this is your 30 seconds of fame. Just shout out your family, your friends, whoever is watching. Shout them out.
All right, well, it is American Thanksgiving, so I want to send a shout out to all my family back home. Mom, Dad, Aaron, Tyler, all my nieces and nephews, Brody, Tristan, Paris, Sydney, who am I missing? London, Carson, Cody. I love you guys. I love all of you. Candace, traveling right now. My fiance, beautiful fiance. I love you. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for my entire family. Chuck, I'm thankful for you, man.
No problem,
You have been real since day one.
No problem.
And we're gonna continue rocking, man.
Right,
I appreciate it.
Because look, Jordan's looking at him thinking, if he misses one name, he's in trouble, right, Jordan? I saw you looking out there. Listen, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have another special guest. Django is in the building to talk about music and how music can help your life and get you where you want to go. We'll see you tomorrow. See you next time.